Terri, and this is the Yarnjoy podcast, episode number 229. Welcome. Well, I have 4 finished objects to talk about. I have 3 I can show you. 1 I'll pop up a picture. But there are 4 finished objects that I got finished for this week, and that only left me 1 works in progress, but I did a whole lot on it. So let's just get started, and I'll show you what I got done. Okay, so for my finished objects, I have been working on this pattern. Let me grab it. And for quite a while, this is for a baby gift, and it is Benedict the Bear. It is a pattern by Jess Huff, and I did get Benedict finished, so let me show you him. Here is Benedict. He turned out so cute. Jess Huff patterns are so well made. I really enjoy her patterns. He's got a little tail in the back. So here is Benedict. And let's see, what can I tell you about him? He is made with, I made him with Red Heart Super Saver in the colorway Cafe Latte, one of my favorite colors of brown. His nose is like coffee, I think. It was just a scrap ball I had. And let's see, his muzzle was Lion Brand in, I think it's Vanna's Choice and Fisherman, and I did that also for the foot pads, okay? And let's see, I made him with I think I want to say an E-hook, a 3.5 millimeter. I believe that's what I used. It was either an E or an F. I'd have to look in my other notebook, which is in the other room. But anyway, I used the hook size that the pattern called for. And I will put links below in the description box of all the patterns that I talk about in this episode, okay? So here is Benedict the Bear, all ready to be going as a baby gift. Like I said, I haven't seen the baby yet. The baby's been born, but they haven't. This is people that I go to church with, and so I haven't seen them. They haven't brought the baby yet to church, so I'll just have to send a message and find out, you know, or just to tell them, let me know which Sunday that they would be coming to church. That way I can give it to them. So anyway, here is Benedict the Bear all finished, so I can cross him off my list of whips. Okay, so finished object number 2 is the Cookie Monster hat I was talking to you about. I've been showing you, this is a pattern from HopefulHoney.com, I think, and this is a hat that I was working on for my grandbaby for some 6-month pictures that they're going to take of him. And so let me just go ahead and pop in the picture right here of what the pattern, the actual hat looks like if you follow the pattern exactly. Okay, so this is from the pattern. Okay, here's the picture. Okay, so that is the pattern. If I would have done it exactly like that, that's what it would have looked like. But I talked to my daughter-in-law, and she decided that she just wanted a beanie type design without the braid ties or the ear flaps, and so I just did that. I also did not do I made the cookie, the chocolate chip cookie, to sew on the hat, but I decided not to put it on there because it just seemed like it took away from Cookie Monster's face, or at least on the hat that I put together. So I decided not to do that. Now, I've already given the hat to my daughter-in-law, so that way she'll have the things that she needs to take the pictures, because grandbaby will be 6 months old on Sunday. And so I wanted to go ahead and get it to her when I saw her a few days ago, and so I did. But I did take a picture of it before I gave it to her, so here is a picture. I've just got it on my hand. And so here is the picture of the finished hat. Okay, here it is. Okay, so that is finished object number 2, was the Cookie Monster hat. Okay, now finished object number 3. Now this is something, well, I just finished it, so it's a finished object, but I did not start it. So a month or more ago, I guess, a friend of mine, a girl, lady that I go to church with, she, her grandmother had passed away, and she asked me if I wanted her grandmother's yarn because nobody in the family crocheted, and so she gave me her grandmother's yarn. I made a video showing all the yarn that I got. And anyway, so also in that bag of yarn and accessories, there was this crocheted a dog that the grandmother had been working on, except all the parts, well, it didn't need very much. It just needed the ears put on, the eyes, the nose, the tongue, you know, just some facial features. But the body, the tail, the arms, the legs, they were all put together. You know, the grandmother had already put those together. And Amy, the lady I got the yarn from, she said that she recognized that from some crocheted animals that her grandmother had made for like the grandkids, including her. And so like years ago when they were young, you know, when they were young, and well, younger. I don't know if it was actually for her or for maybe the great grandkids. I'm not sure. But she said that she did remember them and that she had made multiple of these dogs. It's a crocheted dog, okay? And so she found this unfinished dog in the bag of yarn that she had given me, and the pattern that it went with it. And so she asked me if I could finish it for her, you know, just because the pieces were there, and she just asked me if I could finish putting the pieces on, and then I'll give it back to her because, like I said, it was the same dog that she had remembered that her grandmother had made multiples of. And so just as a keepsake, she wanted me to, she asked me if I could finish it up, and then I would give it back to her. And so I said, sure, I'll do that. Well, it's taken me a little bit to get to it and do it, but I did do it, and so I want to show you. Okay, so here is the dog. Right here. Isn't he cute? He's got his tongue hanging out. So I sewed, like I said, the arms and the legs, all the body, all this was sewed together already. The head was a little bit wobbly, and so all I did was I went in, because this is Red Heart Super Saver buff, I believe, because it matched perfectly. So I got a piece of some of my buff, and I kind of reinforced the neck because the head was a little bit floppy. It was on there, but it was a little bit loose, and so I went ahead and reinforced the neck. There was a few spaces on the arms where you could see like the stuffing showing through, and there was like a hole, and so I kind of repaired that a little bit. Besides that, I don't think I did anything else with the body. No. And so then, like I said, the ears were already made by the grandmother, but I just had to like weave in some ends and things, and then I did attach the ears to the head, and then I had to, the nose, I had to fill it with fiberfill. It was just the crocheted part. And so I did that, sewed that on, and did the little markings on the mouth, and the tongue, sewed it on, and the eyes. Now, ordinarily, I would probably put some white stitches there in the eyes to make a kind of a sparkle to the eyes to kind of bring it to life, but I didn't want to do that because she was wanting it exactly the way that the pattern was, because that would remind her of her grandmother the most. And so that's what I did. I just sewed them on. Okay, and now let me show you the pattern. Let me show you the pattern here, because she had the pattern, the original pattern, but she decided she wanted to keep it just for nostalgic or just for a keepsake because it belonged to her grandmother, and actually her grandmother had written her name inside not Amy's name, but her grandmother, her own name, inside the pattern, you know, in her handwriting. And so what she did do is she made a copy of the pattern to give it to me. And so here is what the pattern is from. This is a Leisure Arts, it was a Leisure Arts leaflet, number 167, it says. It's called More Critters to Crochet, and there's lots of animals in there. And as you can see, let's see, up here in the corner, there's the dog. You can see that? And let's see, you can see just their face, their heads that back there in the back. There's the dog right there. And this, I did notice that this book, there was a date on one of the pages. It looks like this leaflet was made. I was thinking, just by looking at it, it looked like something from the 70s maybe, because I think when they did stuffed animals during that time, they used bigger hooks, and because most of the time you can see, like, I don't know if you can tell it in the picture, but I can see when I look really close to this kangaroo, which is really cute, by the way, that you can see they must have used bigger hooks because they were not concerned. The designers at that time, maybe, I don't know, they weren't really concerned about the stuffing not showing through, because I can definitely see there's holes, you know, where the stuffing shows through. So I wouldn't mind making, like that kangaroo with the little baby, I think is really cute. And there's a rabbit right here, really cute. I mean, they're all really cute. But what I would do is I would definitely go down, way down hook sizes. I didn't even look to see what hook size these patterns, what they call for. I'm curious. Wow, it actually does say it calls for a size E hook, which would be a 3.5 millimeter. So I am so surprised, because I don't think, yeah, that's interesting, because just by looking at them and looking the size of the stitches, I don't think that they would have been made with an E hook. I don't know, I'll have to look into that. But anyway, here is what it looks like, the booklet. And so, I am so happy that I was able to get this dog finished for Amy, and so I'm going to let her know that I have it and he is finished, and I will bring it to her when I see her the next time. Okay, so finished object number 4, let me show you that, and that is, I'm so excited to say that the gingerbread boy is finished. This video is coming out a little bit later because I wanted to make sure I had him all finished. Because first I thought, oh, he's going to be a work in progress. But then I thought, no, I'm going to finish him so that way I can get him sent off to the person that was wanting him. So he is finished. I'm so excited. And so now I'm going to send an email to the lady that was requesting him and let her know that he is ready to be shipped. And so I'll get what I need from her and information, and then we'll seal the deal. Anyway, so he is so cute. I've got his hat stitched on. Now, some people had suggested, because I had talked about how I did not like making pom-poms at all, and so they had suggested if I had some more of the Pipsqueak yarn, just to make a crocheted ball out of the Pipsqueak yarn. And normally, if you've used Pipsqueak yarn, you know that finding the stitches to put, to put your hook through to find the stitches, since it's fuzzy, sometimes it's hard, and you have to kind of just feel with your fingers like where the next stitch goes. So I'm not real crazy about doing it. I wouldn't want to do like some big piece of something, to find the stitches. Now, I have used Pipsqueak yarn. This is a tangent, but I have used Pipsqueak yarn in a corner-to-corner project, and that is real easy to use it. So just FYI. But anyway, I did have some Pipsqueak yarn left, and so I just made a ball and stuffed it, and used that for the pom-pom. So I'm really happy about that. And I stitched it down with some red yarn here so the fold would stay there for the end of his hat. And I did stuff up here just a little bit, because that way his hat wouldn't get all dented or whatever, because it'd be open up in there. And so I did put a little bit of stuffing up in here. Okay, and so here you go, and I did get the trim. This is one of my least favorite things to do this whole project, is this zigzag trim around the wrist and the ankles. I'm not the best at doing that. And you just kind of have to, since the rounds are spiral, you kind of have to fudge where you put it as far as getting it all the way around and being on the same same row, because as you're going around it goes to the next row, and so you have to kind of be careful and make sure that you end up in the same spot. So anyway, but I got it done, and I got his little peppermints fixed in there. So there you go. He's turned out really cute. So finish object number 4. I'm so happy. Okay. So let's talk about the works in progress. Okay, so I only have one because I was working all this time. I was sewing, mainly I was sewing pieces together for the bear and the gingerbread boy, and then of course finishing the dog for my friend, and then I needed to finish up that hat. And the main thing for the Cookie Monster hat was also sewing pieces on, because I had to sew the eyeballs and the mouth, you know, so it was a lot of hand sewing. But I did so I only got this one works in progress, and I don't even think I showed it to you, no, because I just started it, and I've already gotten this far on it. So I don't think I'd even showed it or talked about it, no, from last week. So this is a new project and a works in progress, new and works in progress, I guess. Anyway, okay, I got my next assignment for Feel Better's Friends doll. So I'm real excited about that. I had told the lady not to give me another assignment until after October the 25th, because I wanted to take a couple of weeks off to get some of these things finished that I needed to get finished. And so she said that's fine. And so on October 26th, she sent me my next assignment, which is fine. And so my new assignment is, it's a little girl. Like the last time it was for a little girl. Well, this is also for a little girl. And this little girl is a little bit older. The last one, I think she was like 2, and this little girl, I'm not sure how old she is. I was kind of confused in the email, but I've seen pictures of her, and she definitely is like under 8 maybe, or something. I'm not positive. She's somewhere around 6, 7, something like that. I'm thinking maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not very good at age as far as looking at kids. I don't know why. So anyway, I have the body done. Now the request for this was to make the doll, this doll is going to be bald because the little girl has lost her hair because of her medical treatments. But I'm going to make a wig for the doll and the little girl. So I emailed the mom, and I told her about that, you know, that I had been picked and that I was honored to make a doll for her little girl. And so I wanted to get a little more information about it, because I knew that she wanted me to do a removable wig for the doll, and I wanted to know like how long the hair she wanted, stuff like that. And so she answered me back, and the little girl was so excited about the, you know, having a choice for the doll. And so she asked me to make long braids for the doll, because the little girl now, like I said, she has lost her hair, and so she had gotten a yarn wig from another charity. It's not Feel Better Friends, but I believe it's called Magic Yarn Project. I will link below in the description box that charity as well, because it's awesome. And so she had, and that, okay, so that charity that makes these yarn wigs for children, they're like character wigs, like Disney princess type wigs. And so the little girl had picked a wig that was for Anna from Frozen, you know, because Anna has red brownish hair with the braids, okay? And so she sent me, the mom sent me a picture of the little girl wearing that wig, and she was wanting to have the doll having the same wig. And so I'm going to do my best to make it look like that wig, I'm hoping. So what I did was I messaged the administrator for that region of the country from the Magic Magic Yarn Project. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, so I messaged her, the administrator, to see if I could find out what what yarn they used for that particular wig, the colorway and the brand, so that way I could try to make the braids exactly the same, using the same yarn so they would match. I thought that would be so cool. And so the administrator messaged me back, and she was so nice. Her name is Shelly. Hello, Shelly. I know you don't know anything about my videos, but by random chance that you do, hello. And so she messaged me back, and she let me know what it was, and she said that what they use for that Anna wig is Lion Brand Yosemite, and so that's all she said. And so I looked it up, and I discovered that Yosemite is the Heartland series of yarns that Lion Brand has, and so the Yosemite is a red brownish color. And so I looked it up to see if I could find it. I found it at Michael's, so I went to the Michael's closest to me, and they had 2 skeins of it, and so I bought both of them. And so I'm so excited that I was able to find that exact yarn, and so I am going to be using that. I found a tutorial here on YouTube. It's a great YouTube channel. She makes wonderful dolls and tutorials for the dolls. It's not in English. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what language she is speaking. I'm not positive. But some of it's got some English subtitles, plus I can just watch her. And I found a tutorial for a wig with long braids. I believe it is an Anna Green Gables wig. But I think it's going to be great. I hope I can do it. And it just looks really nice. Now, let me show you. Let me grab this Ann that I did here, because I did this Ann, and I was going to do this one. But as you can see, it's just a wig cap. There's no hair except for the braids and the bangs, see? Because she wears a hat, okay? And so it doesn't really, it doesn't really matter that it's just flat stitches there, see that? So I was going to use this, but then I found that tutorial, and I thought, oh, because that one has got a part that goes down the middle. It's got hair that you attach at the top and also the sides. You pull it together, you braid it. Anyway, it's going to take a lot of yarn, but I've got the 2 skeins. But I think it's just going to look better using that. Besides, since she's not going to be wearing a hat. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So, and I will link that tutorial where she's making that hair, that wig for that Ann doll, that website, no, that YouTube channel. I will link that below in the description box if you want to see it and check it out, because I think that's the one I'm going to try to do. It's going to take me a bit, so I'm glad that I got the body done, okay. Now, I saw pictures from the little girl, and she has these pair of Crocs that she wears a lot, and they're kind of an aqua color, and so that's what I put on the doll, trying to match those Crocs, because it seems like she wears those a particular lot, so I think they're her favorites. And so that's what I tried to do with that. Now, as far as the clothes, all the times before that I made the dolls, I have crocheted the clothes, and I'm really wanting to maybe get where I can sew the clothes, because I figured it wouldn't be that difficult to make, like just some simple outfits for the clothes with fabric, since I've got the fabric, and instead of just crocheting the shirts and the whatever outfits. So I'm really wanting to see if I can eventually get to that point. So if you have any videos or websites or anywhere where it talks about how you can make custom fit to the particular doll, because this is not an American Girl doll size. This is I actually went down a hook size with this one, and so this is about 14.5 inches a length, okay, for a doll. And so I'm thinking that if there's some way that I can learn how to custom fit for this particular size doll, the body parts or whatever, that I can start just sewing some doll clothes. And I think that would be really handy to know. So if there's any websites or anything to show me how to do that, please link it down below or in the comments and let me know, because I'm on the lookout for doing that. I just thought about that this afternoon. Okay, so that is my works in progress. Okay, so going on to upcoming, I just did my Movie and Stitch episode yesterday. That's not upcoming, but it's recent. I did that yesterday, and it was actually a double feature. I went ahead and did my V movie, which is the one I was supposed to do, but I also did my W movie. I just had the time, and I thought, well, I'm on a roll. Let's just go ahead and do another one. So I did a double feature, V and W, and I did that, filmed that episode, showed what I was working on and my progress, and so I will link that below in the description box. So if you didn't watch yesterday's video, then please check it out and see my project that I'm working on for over there. Okay, so upcoming, this next Wednesday will be another Stitch Your Library episode. And if you've been watching my Stitch Your Libraries, you know the project that I'm working on is a blanket, or Afghan. And I'm having a great time doing that. But of course, Afghans take a little longer than a shorter project. And so, it's still going to take me a little bit longer to work on it because of working on these other things. I don't work on that project every day. In fact, I haven't worked on it since my last Stitch Your Library, so that's my focus for this week. So anyway, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have more than one Stitch Your Library project going on. And so this upcoming Stitch Your Library, I'm gonna show pictures of some, I will pop up pictures of 3 different projects, possibilities, and let my viewers vote on what project I'm going to be working on. And these 3 projects will be, these choices will be a smaller project that won't take me as long to do. That way I can keep working on the blanket and show that, but then I can also go ahead and add some more interest to Stitch Your Library and have a shorter, smaller project that won't take me as long to do. And do it that way, I think. I think I want to do that. So stay tuned this upcoming Wednesday, because I will have, I will be asking you to vote on the next project. So be sure to check that out on Wednesday. Okay. And then the only other thing I want to talk about is I did get some happy mail from one of my viewers. She's also a member of my Facebook group. We have been messaging back and forth. I've been helping her a little bit as far as reading some patterns and things. And so she was so sweet. She sent me a wonderful package of happy mail, which of course she did not have to do that, but it's very sweet. And so I'm going to do a separate video and show you what she sent me, because I was just blown away. Okay, and so that will be upcoming. Maybe I'm hoping, I think maybe I can get that filmed tomorrow and get that posted up tomorrow, or either for tomorrow or Saturday. So be looking for that. So that's great. And then also upcoming is, of course, Vlogmas. Now this is November, and it's my birthday month. And so I was wanting to do some extra videos for this month. I actually have a tutorial in the works, and I haven't started filming it, but it's in the planning stages, and so I'll be looking for that. Hopefully that'll be coming out soon, or I can get started working on that. It'll be like a crochet along, so I think it'll be fun preparing us for Christmas. And then, of course, I need to start working on my Vlogmas swap box that I'm going to be sending to Valerie of Cuddly Cats Crochet, because we're going to be doing this Vlogmas project together. And so I need to get that box put together and sent to her so she can get it before December the 1st. So I need to start working on that little at a time, but get it put together during this month so I can get it sent to her. So that's upcoming. Okay, I think that is it. We finally had some cooler weather. It's been really cool today. Like, for us, it's cool. Like in the 50s, I think. Let me see on my watch here. It should tell me, yeah, it says it's 52 degrees Fahrenheit, and so that is pretty cold for us. And it's been rainy a little bit, so it's kind of damp, and that makes it feel cooler. But it's nice though. The cool weather's it feels good. Anyway, and so I think it's supposed to start warming up though, gradually back up again. But it's been a nice day. So everybody have a wonderful weekend. Coming up. Subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I really appreciate it. We're getting really close to 15,000 subscribers. Oh, I'm so excited. So I appreciate you all so much, and all your wonderful comments that you always leave me. So I really appreciate it. I read them all. I at least heart them to show that I did read them. I just appreciate them so much. I'm not able to answer all of them, but I try to answer, you know, as many as I can, or if there's particular questions in there in the comments. Otherwise, I do heart them, because I heart them. I can't make those that hard here. That kind of, wait, like that. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go. Gotta go fix dinner. I've got chicken in the Instant Pot, and I don't know what else I'm gonna do with it yet, so I've gotta go do that. So everybody have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.